Hey, welcome back everyone. I am Karan. Welcome to my channel Knowledge Booster. And today in this session, we'll be learning two other tricks to solve two most asked aptitude and quant questions. So the question states that a vendor bought 6 toffees for ₹1. How many for ₹1 he should sell to get a gain of 20%? So the question asks that the vendor purchased 6 toffees for ₹1. Can I also write like this? 6 toffee for ₹1. So 6 toffees comes in ₹1, which means that 1 toffee comes in 1/6 rupees. So we take the quantity and we convert it into amount. So now this is the CP and the ask is that we have to get a gain of 20%. So the formula for SP will be, in the case of CP 1 plus profit upon 100. So let's apply the short trick. So here the CP is 1/6. The profit percent 20%. 20% which means that 1/5. So substituting the value as 1/5. We'll take it as, so we'll be getting the answer as 1/5. So what we have done, 6 toffees for ₹1, so 1 toffee will be of 1/6. We'll be applying this formula of SP because in the case of gain, which means that profit, we state that CP 1 plus profit upon 100. We substituted the value of CP, which is 1/6. We substituted the value of gain, which is 20%. We'll solve it out and we'll get the fraction, which is 1/5. At the end, we are reached at 1/5. Now, how to interpret the result? There are two things here. We have to consider first thing that our numerator should always 1. Which means that this value should always point to 1. And the most asked second thing is, if denominator has decimal value, then take the value before the decimal point. Now what does it say? Here our first rule clear. It clearly states that numerator should be 1 and we could see that in our answer that numerator is 1. Second says that if there is a k in the denominator, if it's a decimal value, we have to take the value which are prior to the decimal, but here there is no decimal. So how we are going to read it? We'll be reading it like, in ₹1 I have to sold 5 toffees. So I have bought 6 toffees for ₹1. In order to get off gain of 20%, I'll be selling 5 toffees. But what if the question says like that 6/25? As per the rule number 1, numerator should be 1. So if I make numerator as 1, here I'll be getting my value as 4 point something. But rule 2 says that we have to ignore the decimal part. So we'll be rubbing this decimal part and how to read it like this, which is ₹1 we are going to sell 4 toffees. So this is the way we'll be getting how many toffees we have to sell. So let's proceed with question number 2. Question number 2 says that a person named as A complete a work in 20 days. A person titled as B complete the work in 30 days. If they both work on alternate days, so here's ask. They both work on alternate days, then how many days both A and B will take to complete the task? So A take 20 days. So with the short trick of this question is, we'll divide the question into 3 parts like this. Here we'll mention A will take 20 days to do it, B will take 30 days to do it. Regardless of what is asked, whether alternate days, whether combined days, whether the gap of some other days, we have to first complete these 3 columns and then we'll be coming back to question. So now this column is called as total work and this column is called as per day work. So how to interpret it like? A take 20 days, B take 30 days. There was some work. They did that portion of a work every day and able to complete the task in 20 days. So now the question is how to get these two values. So we have to take LCM of these numbers, LCM of 20 and 30, which is 60. So we come to the conclusion that the total work was 60 and A take 20 days to do it. If 60 task is doing by A in 20 days, so what unit of work he is doing in 1 day? So let's take 60 divided by 20. Answer is 3. Which means that A is doing 3 units of work in a day. He took 20 days to complete the 60 tasks. Let's fill this value. 60 divided by 30, which is 2, which means that B has done 2 tasks in a day. He worked for 30 days and able to do the task in 60 days. So now we have filled this question to the complete 3 columns. Let's proceed back to the question. The question asked is that they both work on alternate days. Now, in order to see who come first, it has not stated into the question. It's the most asked question is CAT exam also, but they haven't mentioned that who initiated the work. If it is not mentioned, we always have to consider that person which has mentioned first in the question. In this case, A was the first person who was mentioned first in the question. So we will be considering the case that first day A will be coming, next day B will be coming, then A will be coming, next day B will be coming. Don't worry, we are not going to add the numbers like this. So what we are going to do, first day A will come, A will complete 3 units of work. Next day B will come, B will do 2 units of work. It means that 5 units of work will be done by A and B in 2 days. So this will be considering here only because this we are going to use somewhere else. So what we have done, we have taken A which is 3 unit, B which is 2 unit, we have added those values, we come to the conclusion they has done 5 unit in 2 days. Now what we have to do, we have to divide this value with this value. So the value was, total work was 60, the same we have done. The total work was 60, A has done 3 work per day, so 60 divided by 30 which is 20. So A took 20 days to do it. In the same way we are saying, A total work is 60, A and B took 5 units to complete the work in 2 days. So we will be considering here out that the total number of days will be taken by A and B to complete the work is 12. But the ask is that they are working on alternate days. So the final conclusion what we have to do, the 12, what is the outcome? Mention it here. What we have written here which is 2 because both are working on alternate days. If 3 people are there, we'll be considering value as 3. 4 are there, we'll be considering value as 4. So in the last, in order to get the answer, we have to multiply these both numbers. And if I multiply 12 by 12 into 2, we'll be getting 24 days, which is the answer of this question. So A and B, who will be working on alternate days, will be taking 24 days to complete the whole task. So today we have learned 2 tricks. One is related to profit and loss and another is related to time and work. So this is the task for the day. It's given that A ratio B and B ratio C. You have to calculate A ratio B ratio C. So the answer of this question you have to mention in the comment box. If in case you are not able to solve this problem, I have mentioned the link of the previous video in the description box. Go and check it out. Thank you.